Okay, we're back. It's been about 3 months since I have recorded an episode. Got nothing to do with the Rona. Just been busy at work and other stuff. But we're back. But I'm excited to review a new sauce. This is a sauce that, as many of my previous sauces, this is one that was sent to me by my old company, First Sergeant from Texas. This is called Hot Sauce San Luis. I think this is going to be probably the best value sauce I have ever reviewed. As you can see on the price sticker here, 79 cents. That's a pretty good deal, and it's in a bigger than normal bottle. Most of the sauces that I review are 5 ounce, and this is a 6.6 ounce bottle. They list it as a mild sauce, so we'll see how true that is. And at first glance, I thought this was a jalapeno-based sauce, but looking at the ingredients, we've got water, salt, that's all normal. I apologize if you can hear the fireworks. I live in Utah. Today is the 24th of July, which is a state holiday, and for some reason, all of my neighbors think fireworks need to happen, which I think is dumb, but hey, whatever. Anyway, our ingredients: water, salt, we've got some árbol, cascabel, and puya peppers. I don't think I've ever actually tried puya. Acetic acid, and some preservatives, garlic powder, and a little food coloring. I'm interested in this combination of peppers, though, because puya is one I'm just not familiar with at all, and I don't think I've had a sauce yet that had cascabel or árbol, so that'll be interesting to see. Anyway, let's go ahead and pour our shot. Take a good whiff first. It smells a little bit like a cayenne, but it's got a little bit of a smell like, if you've ever had Mexican candy, like tamarindo or some of these other things that are fruit-based, but then they have spice added to the outside. That's kind of what it smells like. And for some reason, I thought this was going to be a green sauce, but it's a reddish brown. I guess I was going by the little cartoon on the front. That's what made me think this would be green. Doesn't matter. Let's see how it does. It's mild. Really mild, actually. I would say that's less than like a tapatio. In terms of spice, I'm just going to give that a 1 pepper, which isn't a bad thing. Depending on the audience, you might want a less spicy sauce, and that shot was no big deal at all. And besides mild in heat, it's also mild as far as the acidity goes. I'm not picking up any vinegar, which makes sense because there is no vinegar listed as an ingredient. But it's not bad, and the taste is not really I mentioned that it smelled like cayenne, but it doesn't really have the same taste as cayenne. It's kind of hard to identify, but it's not bad, and it's even kind of smooth. I'm going to change things up a little bit. Normally I do scrambled eggs as my base food to test this on, but I just didn't feel like cooking today. So I ran to my neighborhood Mexican restaurant and just grabbed a couple different tacos. So we're going to try this on some tacos. And the tacos aren't labeled, so I don't really know what we've got here. Looks like, I think this one is carnitas. Apologize for the fireworks. see how that is. I think that actually needs a little bit more. I thought I gave it a pretty good dose, but I think that was maybe just not quite enough. There we go. That's actually a pretty good match. And even though I lean towards spicier hot sauces, that's not bad at all. Let's see what else. Okay. Actually, I was wrong. That was not a carnitas taco. That was shredded beef. Anyway, it was good. So next, we're going to try it on this one. I can actually see the meat, and it is... This is the carnitas. It's got a little guac on there. And it's a little different than the other taco because that one was more of a dorado. It was fried tortilla. This one is not. All right. That's a decent taco. And the sauce is actually a pretty good match, both for the pork and the beef. So that's a plus. Okay, last up, we've got, I wouldn't call this an authentic al pastor, but it's what I have available here locally. If you're not familiar with the al pastor type of taco, it's a pork taco that's got a red marinade, and it's cooked on a spit with pineapple at the top. And usually when you order these, the guy would just cut the meat right off. But with this, it looks like they've kind of pan fried it or something. So it's not your normal al pastor. It's probably, I'm a snob when it comes to that kind of thing. It's not going to measure up to what I'm used to in Mexico. But it's what I can get locally, and I wanted a little variety, so we're gonna give it a shot anyway. Not a traditional al pastor at all, but the combination of this sauce on this taco is outstanding. This is by far, of these three tacos, with this salsa, with this hot sauce, this is the best. This is the best combo. That is really good. That is a really good combo. And I already said that, but that was a really good mix. I'll admit I'm far more impressed than I thought I would be. Being a bargain sauce, I kind of thought, well, it's just going to be like your just average generic hot sauce. But thankfully I was wrong, and that is good. Especially where I generally tend to favor spicier hot sauces. The mild hot sauces are already coming in kind of as an underdog. But that's surprisingly good. And it's even from San Luis Potosí, which I've been there before, so that's kind of cool, I guess. Well, thank you, First Sergeant. That's a good sauce. So in terms of value, 5 out of 5. 79 cents for 6.5 ounces. That's a steal of a deal. As far as heat goes, I'm going to say 1 out of 5 because that's super mild. I could chug the rest of this bottle. But for flavor, especially with the al pastor, it's good. I think I'm going to say like a 3.5 out of 5. I'm not sure I'll ever hit a 5 out of 5. I have had a couple sauces that I did like a little bit more, but that's really good. Hot Sauce San Luis, good job. Before I end this, just a couple quick notes or updates I wanted to throw out. So a few months ago, my wife and I went to Hawaii. I live in Utah, but it was way cheaper to fly out of California, so we drove to California, flew to Hawaii, came back to California, drove home. And I took the opportunity while I was on that trip to get more hot sauce. So I've got, I don't remember how many bottles I bought on that trip, but it was a lot of hot sauces from Hawaii and several that were made somewhat close to where I grew up in Northern California. And so I want to do a quick episode, hopefully in the next couple days, to just kind of show all of these different sauces, say what some of the brands are, and then I can work them into my rotation and start getting those reviewed. So hopefully that'll be coming up soon. And I've been thinking about, there was a comment I had a few days ago just suggesting other types of content that I could do that is hot sauce or pepper related. So I may try to work in a couple of things that are not specifically hot sauce reviews. I've been wanting to make my own hot sauce. That's something I've been researching a lot lately, so we may get something a little more how-to-ish, vloggy type thing going over some of these experiments I'm going to be doing over the next few months. I don't know that it'll ever get to the point that it'll be something I'll be happy enough with that I'll go through the trouble of producing a marketable version that I could actually sell on my website or something. But we're at least going to kind of explore the waters there and see what we can come up with. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm glad to be back at this. And if you want to see more of my hot sauce reviews, please subscribe. If you like this, go ahead and like it. If you don't, hey, thumbs down, whatever. Any feedback is good feedback. And we'll see you next time. Now I'm going to finish these tacos. That is a messy taco. If you're curious, if you're ever in the Provo, Utah area, I got these tacos from Rancheritos on University Avenue. They're not bad. Tacos are so good. There should be a comic book superhero that saves the day by delivering wonderful tacos to starving kids. I'd read it. That was the messiest set of tacos I have had in a very long time, but totally worth it.